in the middle of a UFC octagon.
He said that to him?
Which, huh?
He said that to him?
Out loud on the microphone.
Oh, my Lord. Of course, one time, I think when they were in Austin, Texas, they showed Nate Diaz in the crowd, and he apparently had a blunt. He's about to, or a joint or something. He's about to light up right there in the crowd. Like, but
Nick and Nate have got suspended. I don't know how many times for smoking weed.
Yeah, but they don't give no fucks.
Zero. Not one fuck to be found in the Diaz camp.
Let's share.
All right, so far I got the Super Showdown reaction. We'll talk about the AMP scorecard belt, and
the hottest woman in wrestling tournament.
Oh yeah, we'll put that in at the beginning.
I gotta pull up this King of Pro Wrestling match card.
We got the hottest woman in wrestling tournament. We'll just kind of we'll pimp that. Super Showdown reaction, AMP scorecard, belt, and then we'll do King of Pro Wrestling preview. Then I think we can talk about Khabib and McGregor a little bit. So we'll just talk about US.
We got any rumors and whatnot?
I thought I had some early this week. I should have saved them. Let me go look.
I got some cheap heat and some rumors.
Cool.
Are you gonna shoot on Nick Aldis?
Oh, we need to talk about well, we'll talk about that in the oh, you want to do that thing about Nick Aldis?
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about that. When you want to do that?
Yeah, that's the cheap heat.
Oh, it's the cheap heat? Okay, cool. We'll do. I may put cheap heat and rumor mill in here.
Which might morph into a Mikey Goes Mental.
Well, if it does, it does.
As long as you introduce him as Sassy Pants. Let's hear from Sassy Pants.
Nick Aldis. Okay, so let me. So what you got anything? What you got for rumor mill? Cruz, you got anything for the rumor mill or cheap?
No, absolutely not.
Let's see. So we got some New Japan rumor mill.
Ooh.
Then we have some All In rumor mill.
Oh yeah.
Then we got some Crown Jewel rumor mill.
Ooh. Ooh.
How did that Taker Triple H finish? Because I read something about how it might finish.
Triple H hit him with a sledgehammer when he was going to Tombstone Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn Michaels gave him the sweet chin music. Triple H pedigreed him, pinned him 1, 2, 3, and then they were going to celebrate in the ring together. And then Undertaker and Kane attacked him after the match.
That just about went because I read somewhere that, like I said, that was the most researched card I've ever done because I didn't know anything about it. And they were talking about how the Michaels might get involved and they'd set up a tag team between the Brothers of Destruction. And
yeah. Anybody ever figure out who this X was on this New Japan card?
We won't know until tonight or in the morning. I've seen rumors about who it could be. Clearly, obviously, Neville's still leading.
Is
all
that
rumors.
the New Japan rumor you were talking about? Because I think they're gonna have like a new. They're supposed to have like this new member of what Los Ingobernables or.
Yes, indeed.
And I guess that's gonna be the fourth man in that match.
Yes, indeed.
Ooh, the cheapy. What about that segment that Owens and Elias did?
Oh yeah,
let's talk about that. That'd be something funny to talk about.
Do you want to put a clip of it in there in post-production?
Do what?
Do you want to put a clip of it in post-production so we can be like,
yeah, we can. Yeah. Let's
take a listen or whatever.
So we'll do Cheap Heat. I'm gonna add Owens.
Oh, you YouTube peeps out here getting some pre-show mess.
That's right. So okay, rumor mill. Y'all want to talk about who X could be?
Yeah.
Cruz, you got some ideas? Or you said you read some stuff. So.
I read some stuff.
Okay.
We're trying to find it.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell they're talking about, but you know how that goes.
But you can break down
that
you can break down that promo video like you were doing on the chat pod, like, oh, they were black chips and they went all in, and remember how you were saying that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, Cruz.
It was me and Brink.
Was that just a bunch of BS?
Well, we were breaking down the video.
Yeah.
And I got the payouts right because I'm a dealer, but let's see. Someone's saying Shingo Tagaki.
Don't know
he's
who that
currently
is.
a free agent.
Him.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone saying a young lion who is currently on excursion, Hirai Kawato, something like that. Kawasaki, Suzuki.
Honda.
You writing this down?
Who, me?
I'm joking. Yeah. I don't know. Those are just some of the names. And obviously, you know, Neville's a front runner, but he signed with Dragon's Gate. So unless he has like a you can do your shit anywhere. Because I don't think there's no LIJ members that are outside of New Japan. So also Neville isn't Japanese.
Oh, here's a good one for rumor mill. Chris Jericho rumored to be set for Impact Wrestling debut. Jericho could freaking show up on Impact. That's a good one.
Shit, Jericho might show up tonight.
I mean, I'm hoping he shows up soon. He's a freaking IWGP Intercontinental Champion. You gotta show up at some point.
Oh, dude, what if X is Chris Jericho acting like someone else, and then he attacks fucking
who knows?
evil?
Who knows?
That would be sick. I'd poop a little. A little bit of poop.
A little?
Just a little. A little speckle of duty.
Let me take one of these cough things here, or sore throat, whatever the fuck it is.
Take one of those things.
Do what?
Take one of those things.
Yeah.
Is it like a lozenge?
Yeah, sore throat lozenge, yes. Cherry
Sweet.
flavor, woohoo. Says to take one like every 2 hours. Like, fuck.
God damn.
Or as needed, you know. I may not need one every 2 hours.
If you go to fill up your water, be advised, it's a little slippery in there.
What'd you do?
Spilt my whole cup.
Damn.
Like I tried to clean it up, but you know how that goes. Not a janitor.
Let me see the directions. Take one.
I'm Mikey in the morning, damn it. I'm not no janitor. The fuck you talking about? Fuck what you heard. I'm Mikey, yo.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wait a couple minutes, I guess. I got this lozenge. I should have put it in earlier. Trying to get rid of this sore throat. But let me go down a rundown here real quick. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, one of the rumors I got is apparently Chris Jericho is rumored to be set for an Impact debut soon. That's something to talk about. It's Chris Jericho, I mean.
Yeah, dude. Making that money, man.
So let's see, Chris Jericho, not Chris Jericho, Chris Jericho.
We should put out like a rap album, like a little mixtape.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of that.
I'm gangster, but I'm not that gangster.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be good at it. I mean, look at Jake Paul; he sucks.
Okay, let me.
Well, clearly you don't have to be good at it in today's age, but
no. Catch Me Outside Girl sucks.
Okay. Just gotta pull up these results here. Profile DB.
It's a way to get our YouTube channel popping.
Hell yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Start making some of this
Moolah.
yeah. Some of this 45%.
Okay, so I got that up. Super Showdown. And then I need to tell us how you really feel, Cruz.
What's that?
Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get a screenshot of this bracket here. I'm gonna send you the updated bracket.
Nice.
And then let me look up.
When I walked into work, they were all like, "You watch Super Showdown?" I was like, "Fuck no."
Oh, you mean that house show?
All right, I need schedule. I need schedule. All right, here we go. So I got that up. I'm just looking at the. I don't need that. Get this shit off my fucking screen.
But I tell you what, no chance of this video ever getting monetized.
My bad. I forgot.
Oh, God.
I just know to turn it on when we turn the. Everything's gonna get monetized, even if I'm cussing.
No, we're not PewDiePie. They're not going to monetize us with cuss words.
They ain't gotta know. We'll just put like
The bot will know. I mean, believe me, we're way off from getting monetized anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's
Maybe
see.
if we do a couple of more reaction videos.
Heck yeah.
I need to learn how to get the Twitch up going.
Yeah.
How did the last one go? I didn't watch any of it.
Well, we did for like an hour.
Such
and
a bad friend.
we did for like an hour. We were just kind of sitting there and just chilling. So I was like, well, it ain't much of a like. If we had a group of us, like it'd be a little more fun. But
Yeah.
it was just me and Brink just sitting there with Liam and.
And maybe if y'all didn't start at the Young Boys match, because it's like there's really nothing to talk about.
Hey, Cruz.
If y'all started after intermission, that'd probably worked.
Hey, Cruz, are you going to take off for Evolution?
Take off or
No.
I mean, if I fall off, maybe. Why?
Because I was thinking, because that would be kind of cool. If we could all have it here at the station, we'll go upstairs, watch it on the TV, and then we'll go live.
It'd be kind of hard with Brink if he has Liam.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, it's far enough away we can plan.
We could figure it out.
Ish.
You know, we jump on this women's revolution movement here.
Hopefully, the internet.
You don't
will
want
suck.
me. You don't want to say that because I'm just gonna be shitting on it the whole time.
You think it's
Be
gonna be
like, God, what a terrible match.
You think it's gonna be a bad pay-per-view?
I think the spectacle of it is good.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
But I tell you what, if they would have had this during the Attitude Era, there'd have been
God,
boobies.
it'd have been on for real pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It'd have been a Playboy TV special, something.
Trying to find
Bra
some,
and panties matches as far as the eye can see.
trying to find all this reaction from that Kevin Owens Elias segment. There we go.
I saw the one from Seattle, and my goodness, did they kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said one thing about the Supersonics, and then you couldn't hear them ever again. It was glorious.
Glorious.
And
They're
then
ruining right now.
then Elias's like facial expressions. Hilarious.
It looks like he plans on what to say, but he never really knows how it's gonna go over.
Yeah.
And then whenever he says it, he always just has that "fuck yeah, I did it" look on his face.
He like that when he was like, Kevin, you're gonna have to speak up. These people are extremely rude or whatever. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Kevin even looked confused for a second, like, God damn.
All right, I'm ready to
This
go.
happened.
You ready?
Mhm.
All right, you ready, Cruz?
Yeah.
All right, let me get this recording here.
I've had almost an hour to be awake. It's kind of working now.
We are live on YouTube.
All right, my
What up, YouTube?
lozenge is fully.
What up, YouTube? YouTube,
and
YouTube,
Marcus
YouTube.
probably. What up?
It's
What up,
fully-
Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus is I think the only guy that watches us on YouTube.
No, sometimes we'll have 3 people in there.
All right, look, who's that?
Yeah, I'm on there
Joseph
sometimes.
Morin.
Joseph, what it do, player?
Did I say your last name? Is it Morin?
I think that's Joe from the J&K podcast.
Oh yeah,
Showing
it's
up.
Joe.
Yeah.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Hashtag Aurora Network. You know it, bro.
We talked that one time while I was playing Fire Pro Wrestling World.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
what we need
Yeah, he
to
said
have.
hashtag Roar Network.
We need to have
baby.
a Fire Pro Wrestling World
Yeah,
playoff night.
All right. If everybody's ready, let's, you know.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, man.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Oh, I didn't pick a shirt. No,
Pick your shirt, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna pick the one I'm wearing. It's all good.
You got us rolling on
Pick the one
Adobe.
that's always sold out
Oh,
that I want.
dude, Casey's in the house too. What up, Casey?
Yeah. Oh, we got a crowd today, baby. We got a crowd. I love it.
Let me put on my
Spectators.
Gucci shoes. Get fancy in here.
Well, let's while we got the crowd, let's get this party started.
We should have put clickbait on there saying we were gonna have I don't know,
Special
some
gift.
YouTube
Nah,
star.
I don't like doing clickbait.
Jake Paul is special
I'm
guest.
not a fan of clickbait.
I can do impersonations.
Okay,
I've muted my
Shit.
football to listen to you guys. All right, Casey. Well, thanks for putting the
Oh,
pressure on us
man.
now, man.
you all right?
Put the pressure on. Now we got to do a really good show.
No, we got a good show lined up.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
We do.
Okay,
We have a good show every day.
Yeah, you right about that, Cruz. All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
In 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 47. That's 3 away from 50 for those who can't count at home. Of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, broadcasting live from the Collar and Elbow studio. Speaking of Collar and Elbow, we are a sponsored podcast, Patrick, which means people out there listening, they can get 10% off their next order. What you'll need to do, check us out on thegorillaposition.com or go to collarandelbowbrand.com. On there, you're going to browse their beautiful selection of wrestling streetwear. Click whatever you want. Put the Average Marks in the promo code, and you're going to save 10% off your order. But our shirt of the week is the one that I'm donning right now, bro.
Yeah.
It is the Support Your Local Wrestler shirt. YouTube is seeing it. They love it, and you will too. Check it out, collarandelbowbrand.com, or check us out on thegorillaposition.com.
All right. So this is 47th episode of the Average Marks for October 7th, 2018. Well, we actually just finished our Hottest Woman in Wrestling show for this week. We gave the results for Block A of the second round. So our polls are also up for Block B of round 2. They're up at our website right now, AverageMarks.com, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here in just a second. Also, Super Showdown reaction that happened. I actually just finished watching it about maybe not even an hour ago.
Yeah.
And also, there's a new AMP scorecard champion. We're going to discuss that in a little bit. And also coming up in less than 24 hours is King of Pro Wrestling, New Japan's show, where big main event, triple threat for the IWGP heavyweight title. We will dive into that match card as well with Cruz. And then last night, we're going to talk a little bit about what happened at UFC 229 between McGregor and, I heard his name the whole way over here. It's Khabib. I kept repeating it to myself, but we'll just call him Khabib until I can remember how to say his last name. But a little bit of craziness ensued. We'll talk a little bit about that. I know it's not pro wrestling related, but it's an interesting little topic there that everybody seems to have
a lot of
an
wrestling
opinion
done
on.
in that match, though.
Yeah, there was some wrestling done. There was somebody got choked out. We'll talk about that there in just a little bit. A little bit of rumor mill. I got something in rumor mill. Apparently, Chris Jericho is rumored to have his Impact debut at some point.
Boy, you just let all the cats out the bag right there in that room.
I guess, yeah. So, but I think a lot of people are talking about that. So, yeah, look, Casey Jones, who's in the YouTube chat, can't wait for that triple threat match. Casey, are you gonna stay up and watch that live, or is that or you gotta go to bed? I mean, because I gotta go to bed, unfortunately.
I mean, he's American. Not many Americans staying up for that.
Jericho and Impact would be freaking sweet. Well, if the rumors are true, that's what we're gonna get, Casey, or that's Joe.
Yeah.
I'm so far away, I can't. Sometimes it's hard for me to see.
You're still
which
seeing
one's
well. I can't even hardly read it from here.
Well, apparently I can read well enough because I could see it's just the great usernames or whatever. But let me finish going down the rundown here. Cheap Pete segment. We got into a little minor war of words, I guess, with Nick Aldis.
Screw you,
Twitter.
Nick Aldis.
And then also maybe one of the greatest Cheap Heat, segments maybe in the history of pro wrestling.
Oh, you're going that far, huh?
It was pretty good. Kevin Owens and Elias took a shot at Seattle for not having a basketball team on Monday night. That was because a lot of days, nowadays, the fans, in my opinion, are not as rowdy as they used to be. I feel like they got a little bit rowdy on Monday night when they dropped that little stinger to Seattle about them not having a basketball team. That was really, really good. We'll play you some audio from that coming up. You had something else in Rumor Mill?
You know it.
Other than the guy who talked about who might be impacting it for some company?
Well, you already ruined it, so they don't.
Well, maybe if people just started listening now, I didn't ruin it. So, but you had something else?
Yeah, we got some New Japan rumors.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
We also have some Crown Jewel rumors, and we got some All In rumors.
Okay, well let me write all this down here because I didn't write it down before the show started.
We had an 11-minute
So New Japan.
Pre-game.
So we had New Japan. What else? Crown Jewel.
Yes.
And
now you put me on the spot. All In.
And All In. Okay. I'm just writing it down. Okay, cool. Got all that. And then Cheap Pete, of course, Nick Aldis, and then the Owens Elias segment. We'll talk all about that. Coming up on the Average Marks, episode number 47 for October 7th, 2018.
Yeah, your central hub to find out everything Average Marks is AverageMarks.com. Also, we got a brand new sponsorship we want to shout out. We want to shout out HighSpots.com. They are now a sponsor of the show. Here's how our sponsorship works. They said, hey, if you can get some of the Amp Nation to come to our website via your link, we're going to donate some money to the Average Marks. It won't cost your fans anything extra. It'll be the same thing if they just put in highspots.com and searched and bought stuff from us. But we want to kick a little bit back to you to say thank you. So go to our website, averagemarks.com, hit the High Spots banner. That will be our link. Get you some really cool wrestling memorabilia, and they're going to kick a little bit back to the Average Marks. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the Average Marks, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you get us in iTunes algorithm by leaving a comment, subscribing, and giving us a rating after this show. And speaking of the website, averagemarks.com, exclusively on there, the hottest woman in wrestling tournament.
Yes, we just got done with Block A, round 2. And, there's a lot of wrestling fans out there that I know are guys or that are straight guys and love the women. And even probably the guys who are not straight probably love the women as well in a way, or at least, they appreciate their beauty. But, we're having the tournament to determine who's the hottest woman in wrestling. And we're down now to about, I don't know, we're almost halfway. We've almost cut the field down to half. One side of the bracket, we're down to the round of 16 now. To find out how we got there, just go to our website, averagemarks.com. Talking all about the hottest woman in wrestling. We each give our votes. We let the fans vote. You can go vote now for Block B of round 2 at our website, averagemarks.com. Go, put your vote. You can vote once each day. So you can vote you can vote today and then come back tomorrow and then come back Tuesday and cast your vote each time. If you really want one of these women to win, the matchups are getting really, really closer, much harder to pick, no pun intended, but it's been fun, to talk about the women and, check out all these photos you've been finding of them.
Right. And for all you women wrestling marks out there, all I got to say is this next round pits Nikki Bella against Mandy Leon. That's one of the bouts that we have.
Yeah.
So if that is a cue to how strong this round is,
go
to averagemarks.com under podcast, HWIW tournament, and cast your vote. Now, Casey said, what's that High Spots link again?
I was about to say,
we don't have a code. Essentially, what you'll do is you'll go to averagemarks.com. Right there on the front page, you will see the High Spots banner. You click that, and it has it all in the code there, and that will get you boys a little kickback.
There you go. So just go to the website, click on it, and then it should take you, should take you from there.
Is Cruz in an open air airplane?
Yeah, by the way, we have Cruz on the show here today, and there's something going on in Basile over there. I don't know what's going on in Basile over there, Cruz, but certainly
that work?
It's much better
much
now.
better.
So much better.
Apparently, my headset doesn't like me today.
Oh well, I guess you just have to roll without it for the time being. We got Cruz on the show today. He did the episode with us just now for the hottest woman in wrestling tournament. Cruz, I know you're excited for King of Pro Wrestling coming up here in probably the next 12 hours or so, 12, 13 hours.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it. I accidentally tried to watch it last night.
He thought it was this morning, and unfortunately, he found out he had to wait another 24 hours to see it. So, but we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. What we're going to dive into first, though, is WWE Super Showdown that happened down in Melbourne, Australia, as if they had to keep reminding us 20,000 times where it was. We go over the match, the results here really quickly. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This was a little bit of surprising that Big E was the man that sat out this match for the New Day, but they defeat Sheamus and Cesaro via pinfall to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Charlotte defeated Becky Lynch via disqualification, so Becky Lynch will retain the SmackDown Women's title, but there will be a rematch on SmackDown for that Women's Championship. Charlotte and Becky Lynch this coming Tuesday night on SmackDown Live. Bobby Lashley and John Cena defeated Elias and Kevin Owens via pinfall. John Cena barely took anything of a bump in this match. And he has a new haircut, he did his sixth move of doom too, and it's called there's a term for it, but like he puts his make
splash punch or whatever.
Yeah, he put his arms up like made an X like with his arms, and then just it was kind of like a right jab or something like that.
God.
It was a
kill me.
And they called it something. I don't remember what the name of it was. One word starts with an S. I don't remember. But
did they sell it like, oh my God, it's the
No, Corey Graves was basically like pooing on it. It was like, what the hell was that? Like, so Corey Graves keeps it real at the announce table. Billy Kay and Peyton Royce
time I saw it, I pooed on it.
Well, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce defeated Asuka and Naomi via submission.
No, they did.
Yeah, well, they were in their home country. I knew they were going to get a win. AJ Styles defeated Samoa Joe, made him tap out. That was a pretty solid match, I got to say. It was the second longest match of the night at 23 minutes and 43 seconds. There's no count out, no disqualification. Really good match. Those two kind of beat the hell out of each other. But AJ Styles eventually made Samoa Joe tap from I think it was the calf crusher he made him tap from. Brie Bella and Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey defeated Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. Ronda Rousey made both Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan tap out at the same time. Although I think on PW scorecards they gave Logan the person who took the fall.
Come on, Daniel.
So I knew that was going to happen. Ronda just showed that, and that was 1 second under 10 minutes. So Buddy Murphy defeated Cedric Alexander. So we have a new cruiserweight champion for the first time in I think 28 years. Buddy Murphy, and also an Australian, in his hometown of Melbourne, won the title. So a big shout out to Buddy Murphy. I did pick Buddy Murphy on my scorecard.
And by God, can we be done with the Buddy Murphy Cedric Alexander matches for a while?
Yeah, let's go. I don't know. It's something about 205 Live. I don't know what. And then they stopped featuring.
Sucks. That's what it is.
They stopped featuring them on Raw, and they don't feature them on the pay-per-views either. But for the big ones, obviously, like the one in Melbourne, Australia, they. Of course, I guess you got to have Buddy Murphy win. If you're gonna have him win the cruiserweight title, have him win it in his hometown. And Buddy Murphy's a great wrestler, I might add. But let's get some. But that's the thing. Like, there's no depth. I don't think.
I don't understand why you have a 205 Live brand that you're just gonna shove off into the corner and nobody's gonna give a crap about. I don't understand why you wouldn't have them on your main shows.
A great shot in the arm. Let's see. Joe said the bigger problem is too much content and spread too thin. Yeah, there's a lot of content going on out there, but certainly for 205 Live, somebody did mention something about, when Rey Mysterio comes back, maybe put Rey Mysterio on 205 Live, but then it's like, well, Rey Mysterio's above that. Like,
that's only if they bring it back to the main shows. If they're going to keep him.
He's coming. He's going to be there at SmackDown 1000 in a couple of weeks. And
I'm
saying
the 205 Live brand.
Oh, yeah.
If you put him just on the show that's on the WWE network, nobody's still going to give a crap.
Yeah, they might, but we'll see. Hopefully they do something, because the cruiserweights are really good wrestlers, and right now there's just like Joe said, there's it's like a oversaturation of content, like, because we got the Melbourne, Australia show, you got the Evolution show coming up, then you got Crown Jewel, and you got Survivor Series. There's so much packed in the next like month and a half that and then what else he said, there's no star power on 205 Live to draw in viewers. You're right, there's no star power at all. There's some names, but no big star
taking a dig
power.
at your boy Mustafa?
I'm not. Well, I never said Mustafa Ali was a big star. He does not have the star power. But he is a great wrestler, and he is tremendous in the ring. Can we pod Cruz down just a little bit? I don't know what's going on over there, just a little bit, because there's a lot of noise in my ear right now. But certainly 205 Live, you have great wrestlers. You don't have that star power. And the fact is, the biggest stage they had to use to kind of get their brand out there was Monday Night Raw, and they took that away. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with 205 Live. Continuing, though, on the results for Super Showdown, The Shield defeated Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. Daniel Bryan defeated The Miz in what was, I think, the shortest match of the night. Yeah, 225. And it'll be Daniel Bryan taking on AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at Crown Jewel.
Is that not everybody's wet dream?
That is everybody. That's my. I don't know if I've ever had a wet dream about it, but certainly don't mess this up. But they're going to be in Saudi Arabia. They pull out. I feel like sometimes they pull out all the stops. They're going to pull out all the stops for Saudi Arabia because I know Saudi Arabia is giving them just gobs of money to go back over there and not have the women wrestle. So. And then Triple H defeated The Undertaker in what was the longest match of the night, 27-44. And then, of course, The Undertaker and Kane attacked Triple H and Shawn Michaels after the match. And that's probably going to set up the tag team match at Crown Jewel coming up on November 2nd. And what was it, Ryu, Saudi Arabia? They got to continue to tell you exactly just where it's at, like we forget, which I think I did kind of forget. Yeah. But they moved the venue, I think. There's a new venue. They were going to have it at some venue, and then they moved it or something, I read. But that's coming up in a couple of months. So our chat just disappeared.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what happened there.
Come on, YouTube. Get your stuff together.
But that's going to be happening on November 2nd, Crown Jewel. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Got it back up. So Crown Jewel coming up in a month. Looking forward to that. We'll talk about that in the weeks to come. But a couple of things I took away from Super Showdown is, first of all, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles are going to be battling for the WWE title. That AJ Styles Samoa Joe match was, in my opinion, might have been the best match of the night. They just beat the hell out of each other, and it was really, really good. John Cena's new sixth move of doom was whatever. His new haircut, I think, has got the meme treatment on the internet. That's for sure,
dude. One that I saw had him painted like he was Gambit from X-Men. Of course, the JBL references.
Oh yeah. Who wore it better? Is it JBL or JCL or something like that? John Cena Layfield or something like that. So it was pretty funny.
I wonder if he's grown it out for a movie role.
Well, I think that's it, because I saw an article this morning. They were asking him about why he didn't, take a bump. I think he's probably getting ready to. Let's see, what does it say? Right? What did Joe say? Makes look like JBL on the juice. Yeah. Makes him look like JBL on the juice. So yeah, that's kind of accurate. I think he's more than likely. And he talked after the match. He's talking about I don't know what my future holds in store, but I do know what's happening right now in front of 70,000 people, whatever. WWE's my home. I'll never forget where I came from, this and that and stuff. So
hasn't he said that like 18 times already?
Maybe. I don't know about 18, but I think he's probably, because I think he talked at the Saudi Arabia show too.
Yeah.
So he might have said something similar of the sort. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember that match was the first match.
It was the same script. They just handed it to him. Hey, say this, John.
Yeah, say this real quick. Here you go. So that's kind of what happened at Super Showdown. The Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre was really, really good too. Triple H and The Undertaker was good, but it was just so slow paced and
it's getting a lot of heat on the internet.
Yeah. It was an okay match. They kind of beat the hell out of each other too, because it turned into a no disqualification match. As they rang the bell, they were basically saying Triple H made it that way. He's the COO. He can do what he wants. So
now I was asking you earlier why you were watching it. Do you think it was slow paced because they wanted a methodical feel to it, that they were both really, really cerebral, or did it make you feel they were just old? Well,
partially because they're old. It's more so The Undertaker, because The Undertaker can't wrestle these matches like he used to, and unless they go to a slow pace. Triple H, I think, can still go to a certain degree, much better than The Undertaker, obviously, but I think it was part. And then when you're in the ring with Triple H is such a tremendous ring general that, The Undertaker, you can do a 27-minute match with Triple H, and he'll carry it if he has to. So, I think, but the attack after the match, that's going to set up that tag
just
team
let
match.
You beat him down with some chairs to get some pops.
And Shawn Michaels is going to come out of retirement. And Shawn Michaels, the whole match, was legit I think afraid of the Undertaker. Like he was like he wanted no part of the Undertaker at all. So, and then Kane went through a table. It was kind of it was interesting, but
like I don't know why somebody backstage hasn't gone up to Sean and said, "Look, dude, we need to talk. Okay, you need some Botox in those puppy dog, hound dog eyes you got going on, dude. Tighten that stuff up."
And then ever since Sean shaved his head, like man, how can you get rid of that hair? That's unfortunate.
I mean, normally when you shave your head, it makes you look badass, but
yeah,
not so much the case.
But yeah, so now, which leads us to the scorecard situation. Now, here's the situation. I filled out a scorecard, and the AMP scorecard champion, Cruz, filled out a scorecard. Cruz scored an 86. I scored a 98. Therefore, since we were the only two eligible people that filled out a scorecard, that would make me the new AMP scorecard champion. And I think Cruz has agreed to that, right?
Yeah. I told you. You want it, you got it.
All right. Well, I appreciate Cruz letting me win the belt, even though I feel like I took it. But, of course, I'm going to put it up for grabs at the next scorecard event, which I guess will be Evolution. So if you want it back, Cruz, you got to fill out an Evolution scorecard. As simple as that. Anybody, you and Brink, I know it was kind of a crazy week with the early start time on Saturday and stuff.
No, I was just straight. Why can't I say this? I was just straight throwing shade on the event.
Oh,
that's why I didn't fill out one.
Oh, because I can't believe
it's a glorified house show.
So it's still a glorified house show that can win you a championship, like the AMP Scorecard Championship, and it would just
finally.
So now that means I am officially the double champ.
Double champ,
because I am the NXT Scorecard champ and now the AMP Scorecard champion too. So next week when you see me walking in the studio, I'm gonna have 2 belts.
Yeah,
believe that.
Yeah, we got to get that picture on the website.
What picture?
Of you wearing both belts.
Well, I got to go. I got my NXT one in the car, and I got
Brink when he was the double champ.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm about to go get I'm about to go get it from Cruz. Cruz, I'm about to get it from Cruz at a certain point, and once I obtain it from Basil, we'll get that picture.
Yeah, you can get it from me at Brink's house.
Yeah.
I didn't have it there.
Well, I was trying to, keep it kayfabe a little bit here, but yeah, certainly I'm gonna pick it up from Brink's house.
He's holding it hostage.
Oh, he's holding it hostage. He didn't. Oh, okay. Well, so apparently that's the kayfabe we're keeping here. So Brink's holding it hostage at his house. I'm gonna go take it though, because that is officially now my belt. So now I'm the double champ. Woo! All right, let's move on now from
dude.
We're so excited.
Yeah. No. This would be a great video. You breaking into Brink's house.
Oh Lord, come on now.
While he's sleeping.
I'm not a thief. I don't break and enter.
No, the belt's yours. You want it.
I know, but I'm not a breaking and entering kind of guy.
I mean, I would
take the belt and also one item from his shrine.
Oh no, he'll track me down.
And then Brink wakes up mid thieving.
Oh no.
And then you and him have it out in the living room.
That's a little too much.
You start smashing him with chairs.
Oh no.
You grab the belt.
Oh, Wendy.
You rub his blood all on the belt.
Like Samoa Joe breaking into AJ's house or something. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I think he'll just hand it over quietly.
Someone put someone through a table.
Oh God. Getting a little too old for that one. But anyway, I am the AMP Scorecard champ now, so that makes me the double champ, and I accept. So let's move on now. Let's move on now to what's going to be happening. I guess technically tonight. I guess, or no, it's going to be actually a Monday night. It'll be tomorrow morning here in the States. It'll be King of Pro Wrestling New Japan from Tokyo. It'll be at the I'm not even going to say where it's going to be at because I can't pronounce it. We'll take we'll look at the preview here of the match card. Let's see. I just want to make sure that the chat thing was rolling through in case anybody was leaving something in the chat. Got a full house here in the.
Joe said it was scary watching Sean take those bumps.
Yeah, it was. Sean just seems so fragile. Okay, so King of Pro Wrestling coming up tomorrow morning here in the States. Monday night in Japan. First match will be for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru will defend their titles against Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger. Ooh, Excuse me. Second match is a tag team match. Tomoaki Hanma.
Who?
Tomoaki Hanma. One of my boys just hit me. I have to go pick him up after this. Bring him to Cowboys.
It's a little early for Cowboys.
Well, no, he left his truck there last night.
Oh,
so,
okay. Hey, did he hit you up for the lift?
No.
That's messed up.
He's my boy. I'm gonna go help him out.
Okay.
Okay, tag team match: Tomoaki Hanma and Togi Makabe versus Toa Hanari and Juice Robinson. Third match this will be a 8-man tag team match. Chase Owens, Hangman Page, Nick Jackson, and Matt Jackson will take on Taiji Ishimori, Tangaloa, Tamatanga, and Bad Luck Fale. Fourth match will be a 6-man tag. Will Ospreay, Haruki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Takashi Iizuka, Taichi with his hot-ass wife, and Minoru Suzuki. And then and the fifth match, Shoyo Toriyano and Kazuchika Okada versus Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, Bushi, and somebody they call X, which will be the next member of Los Ingobernables de Japón, apparently. There was some talk about whether it would be Pac, of course, otherwise known as Neville.
Tupac's coming back.
What? And so that's going to be one of the big storylines tomorrow night. Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. will have a special singles match in the 6th match of the night. 7th match will be for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. It'll be Kushida versus Marty Scurll. The 8th match will be the preliminary match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the Tokyo Dome. So basically the rights holders to the G1 Climax. The G1 Climax winner is Hiroshi Tanahashi. No one will take that away from him. But the rights holder, the title of rights holder for that IWGP Heavyweight Championship match at the Tokyo Dome is on the line when Tanahashi takes on Jay White. And then the main event, 9th match, will be the IWGP Heavyweight Triple Threat Championship match. Kenny Omega will be defending against Cody and Kota Ibushi. So now that my voice is starting to wear off here after reading through that real quick, let's go to Cruz. Cruz, other than the Triple Threat Championship match, what match are you looking most forward to?
Let's see. Tanahashi, Jay White should be a good one. That's about a 2-month build up there, probably. Or maybe less than that, because Jay White and Geto came out and attacked Tanahashi and Okada and kind of built that one up. And Jay White beat Tanahashi in the G1, so that's a nice little build up there. Kushida and Marty Scurll, that's going to be a nice one. I mean, the junior heavyweights throw down always.
Oh,
they
yeah.
picked the top 4 to be in the tournament. So
I was hoping for Will Ospreay, but yeah. Can't win them all.
Yeah, you and me both. But I'd imagine I'm not going to give spoilers here, but it'll be a good match. Also, Evil versus Zack Sabre Jr. The whole running line with that is that Evil hasn't been able to beat Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. has been squeaking out wins over Evil, even though Zack Sabre Jr. is much smaller than Evil. And he can't figure out how to beat Zack Sabre Jr. So that should be a pretty good one, filled with a lot of submission attempts by Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Bullet Club Elite versus the OGs. That should be a nice little spectacle there.
Yeah, that'll be a fun match, I think.
Absolutely. And then, who the hell is X? Damn it!
I know, right? We're trying to figure out who X is, but we're not sure. There was talk about Pac, aka Neville, but I don't know. I'm not too sure on that.
What Speed Racer doesn't
like,
know is
to me-
Racer X.
To
actually
me,
his brother.
Neville just doesn't even like fit into that stable.
You fit Neville in wherever you can.
But like it would just be like completely random Neville, like it would, or Pac. I mean, it would just be. It's like you got Tetsuya Naito, you got Sanada, Evil, you got Bushi, and then it's like Neville. It's like it's just totally random to me.
So
yes, exactly. So that's another reason why it just makes no sense. As much as I would love it to be Neville, and I would love to see Neville in a New Japan ring, I don't know. I really don't know who it could be.
Do you think since Naito and the origin of, his group came from Mexico, that it's a Mexican wrestler?
It's possible, I suppose. Who knows? I really and truly do not know.
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine. Cruz may know. Cruz seen some rumors, I think.
None of them were Mexican. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, let's see. Let me find that Mexican. Not Mexican. Hello.
Like
Let me find that
Bandito,
rumor page.
Yeah. But go ahead.
or maybe Ray Phoenix.
They are talking about it possibly being a guy who is currently a free agent, and his name is Shingo Tagaki. I don't know who the guy is, but he's had some great matches in Bola, and he is currently a free agent. And also a possibility of a young lion who's currently on excursion named Hirai Kawato. That's probably his name. I'm not gonna name, but
Now, speaking of young lions, I saw something that Tamatonga was saying that they're going to start looking at some young lions for their sect of Bullet Club. Can you call yourself the OGs if you start letting young lions in?
Well, they're the OGs, but the squad is the firing squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the OGs. Their part is Bullet Club firing squad. So they're currently looking for a junior heavyweight to team with Ishimori in the junior tag league.
You're progressive.
No,
go ahead.
I believe they haven't narrowed down the 4 possible people that they haven't leaked yet. So that's another thing to look forward to. Who's going to be the new member of the firing squad?
Like that little thing you took, Patrick. It's making you worse, dude.
No, it's just my nose is running. Like my throat feels fine now. No, it's just
I'm feeling sick just watching you now.
No, I'm feeling just fine.
Would you like me to get you a tissue while you guys talk about New Japan?
That'd be a good idea.
Okay, yeah,
a tissue would be great. So, Cruz. Now I want to quickly talk about some of these major matches. First, I want to get some predictions from you. Tell me how you think some of these are going to go down. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. You got El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru taking on Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger. How do you think that one's going to play out?
I believe that'll stay with Kanemaru and Desperado. Even though Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger won their match a couple weeks ago, I do believe that the title holders will retain simply because they retained over everyone else. Why not retain over Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger?
Absolutely. Now let's go to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Marty Scurll and Kushida. Of course, it is vacant after the injury to Hiromu Takahashi. So who's going to be the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion?
My feeling is Kushida, because although they have put it on Marty Scurll, they put it on Kushida a bunch of times. And, Kushida's the more decorated guy. And I think that Kushida versus Hiromu Takahashi match would be a lot better than a Marty Scurll versus Hiromu Takahashi match.
So you're saying that the winner of this match will eventually have to fight Hiromu Takahashi?
Well, yeah. No one beat Hiromu for the title.
Yeah, that's true. But didn't he have a broken neck? So, he'll be out for a little while.
Well, yeah, but he's expected to make a full recovery and come back.
Oh yeah, but it might not be until after Wrestle Kingdom, I think, at least, because he broke it at the G1 special in July. So to me, it just, unless there's something I don't know, he's not going to be back until I'd say at the very earliest next summer. You
ever seen Karate Kid?
No.
Oh, never mind then. Carry on.
You've never seen Karate Kid?
I've never seen Karate Kid. No.
You never seen the scene with the
podcast down. We got to talk about this.
I've never.
And then he touches Daniel's leg.
Never have I. Nope. And I don't think. I don't know if that would work on Takahashi though. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they tried it yet. But so who did you say you think is going to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship?
Kushida. The time splitter.
The time splitter.
Nice.
All right, then the Tanahashi Jay White match. Who I have a feeling. that Tanahashi, this is the third time he's won the G1. He's already had 2 other championship matches at Wrestle Kingdom for his previous 2. But Jay White's the hottest, the biggest up and coming heel in New Japan. He's a really good wrestler. And to me, I think he's going to win this match. I think he's going to get the rights to fight the IWGP champion. And I think we could see Jay White and Kenny Omega at, obviously at Wrestle Kingdom, because the last time Jay White and Kenny Omega wrestled, I think they wrestled each other in the G1. Did they wrestle each other in the G1, or were they in two different blocks? I can't remember off the top of my head.
They were in two different blocks.
Yeah, they were two different blocks. It was Jay White. He beat Tanahashi and Okada is what it was in the G1. But I think Jay White's going to beat Tanahashi. What do you think? Do you think Tanahashi keeps that briefcase, or you think Jay White could get it?
Tanahashi probably keeps the briefcase, is what I think, because Jay White getting a title shot does not make any sense. It makes no sense right now. Like, we get it, Jay White beat Kenny Omega for the U.S. title. There's like a closing to that. He won the U.S. title.
Yep.
Does not guarantee you a IWGP title match.
True.
You got a title for that.
Yeah.
And there's been no heat with Kenny Omega since. All the heat's been on Chaos and Tanahashi by way of Chaos.
Yeah.
So I think this is just setting up a match with Tanahashi, and Tanahashi pulls it out, because Jay White, like, pushing Jay White against Kenny Omega doesn't make sense to me right now. Unless I'm missing something that I didn't see.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to be like, Jay White, Kenny Omega, unless we're going to take the title off Kenny Omega tonight, in which case we do Jay White Ibushi, because we know they're not going to give the title to Cody.
No.
So,
go ahead.
Or they have him run in and supposedly foil the match, but Kenny still comes out on top somehow, and he does that badass finisher he did on that time where Kenny wanted to join Bullet Club. I don't know what the name of it is.
Blade Runner? The Blade Runner?
Possibly.
Like Jay White's finisher?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just remember like when they asked him to be in a Bullet Club, and then
the Sister Abigail, basically.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Blade Runner.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Kenny took that like a champ.
Oh, yeah.
Straight on the top of his head. I was like, holy crap.
Kenny takes every move like a champ. He's the only person I've ever, like, anyone else who sells the Crossroads is terrible. Now that I've seen Kenny Omega take one. It's unbelievable. Yeah. He sells everything perfectly.
Well, speaking of Kenny Omega and the Crossroads, the last match, which I think I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with this, but, the IWGP Triple Threat match, obviously you said Cody's not going to get it. Cody's got 2 belts already. He's got the IWGP U.S. Heavyweight Championship, and then, of course, the NWA World's Championship. Cody Ibushi doesn't have a belt, but nope. Cody Ibushi, I'm sure, wants the belt that Kenny Omega has in the IWGP Triple Threat Championship. So just tell us, how you think this match is going to play out.
Kenny's going to pin Cody and leave it open for power struggle. Because, as Kenny said, he has 2 title defenses he has to get out the way. 1 being Kota Ibushi. 2 being Yano. They will never let a Kenny Omega versus Yano match headline a big title, a big show. So, you make Kenny Omega pin Cody. Kenny Omega retains, but there's no resolution to Ibushi and Kenny Omega. Okay. So you have Ibushi, Kenny Omega at Power Struggle.
There you go. Okay, so that's how you think it's going to play out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't see how Kenny's going to still lose this belt. Like I said, I don't see anybody taking this belt off of him anytime soon. So I'm simply going to pick Kenny Omega.
Through Power Struggle, he gets his one up on Ibushi. He beats Tanahashi. Of course, it's going to be a fantastic match against Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
And then going into next year, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe New Japan might, because with the year that New Japan has had financially, I feel like they can now start affording to pull some bigger names into the company. So we're gonna see. Maybe they, obviously they pulled in Chris Jericho, and they got him. And that's another thing too. Now, do you think because Chris Jericho obviously attacked Kenny Omega at All In, but I think that was for the Jericho Cruise.
That was simply for the Cruise.
Yeah.
I listened to his the Jericho podcast where he literally broke down like everything that day. If you haven't listened to that podcast of the events of that day, it's fantastic because he almost didn't make it. He almost got caught by a fan in the airport and all kind of stuff. But beside the point. The moral of all this is that it was simply to promote the Jericho Cruz. They, I believe it was Cody who called him and was like, "You want to do this for this and all kind of stuff," and he called him back and was like, "Hey, how about we do it?" And I'll be like, "See you on the cruise," and they was like, "Let's make it happen."
Okay, cool. And what that was the Chris Jericho podcast, you said?
Yes.
What episode? That was right after All In?
Yeah.
I'll have to go check that out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So any chance we see Jericho at King of Pro Wrestling?
I would like to say yes, because this Evil versus Zack Sabre Jr. thing kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think he's gonna come attack Evil maybe after the match or something, and maybe set up an IWGP. Because when's like the next, like between now and Wrestle Kingdom, what is the biggest event for them? Is it Power Struggle?
Power Struggle, yes.
So you think we maybe could see Jericho and Evil at a Power Struggle or something?
I think we wait till Wrestle Kingdom.
So you don't think Jericho's defending the Intercontinental belt until Wrestle Kingdom?
That would be the best place to do it, Wrestle Kingdom. He'd have 2 Wrestle Kingdom matches under his belt, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe, if not do something now, do something at Power Struggle, which is, let's see, is that where he debuted last year? No, I think it was at the final.
Was that the World Tag League? Yeah.
World Tag League, yeah. So it's almost a year since he's, debuted. So maybe do something again around that time.
Yeah.
To set up the Wrestle Kingdom match.
Well, there you have it. So King of Pro Wrestling, of course, you can stream it live on New Japan World. It's only, I think, $8 and something. I think it's $8.88.
The best 999 yen you can ever spend.
Yeah, you're right. I won't be able to watch it live, but I'm gonna try and check it out tomorrow night when I get home from work. So
thankfully, I'm on that casino time, and I get off when it starts always. So
there you go.
I'll be watching it tonight.
There you go. Absolutely beautiful there. So King of Pro Wrestling coming up should be a really, really good show. Looking forward to seeing, of course, who wins, and we got any new champions, and of course all that, and then to see like where it goes from there. So all right.
See who X is.
Yeah, and to see who X is too. All right. Now let's kind of switch gears a little bit here. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened last night in the world of MMA, and that's what happened after the Conor McGregor Khabib fight. I'm going to just basically kind of take you through it. I think it was in the 4th round where Khabib pretty much choked out Conor. Conor taps, and then I think even when he taps, Khabib is still like kind of got it locked in, and the ref had to kind of like pull him off.
Yeah.
Then Khabib goes into Conor's corner, throws his mouthpiece at somebody, and then starts hollering, hops the cage, tries to fight one of McGregor's people. And then next thing you know, McGregor's fighting with some of Khabib's other people in the octagon. It's pure mayhem. They didn't even put the strap on Khabib in the octagon. They got them both out of there.
Knocker.
They got them both out of there. I mean, it was really the it was what everybody was talking about this morning after a full day of like college football and all that stuff. And they were talking about Khabib McGregor. Even they weren't even talking about what happened in the match. They were talking about what happened after the fight, and it was just pure mayhem. And Mikey O, you said you saw it. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about it?
Well, I tell you what, I am a straight Conor mark. I love this dude's game. I think he's an excellent fighter, but that's while he's on his feet. He has some decent ground skills, but Khabib showed that he is a master wrestler, and he totally controlled. And just like Joe was saying, he's got this move. When he gets on top of you, he will cross your legs and then clamp you down. Yeah. And like, obviously nobody wants him to do this. You're training because you don't want this to happen to you, because once he crosses your legs and he clamps you down, you're not going anywhere. And it happened to Conor and multiple times. And I was like, holy crap, this dude right here. Once Khabib gets you on the ground, he's so strong. His ground and pound, even though he's in half guard, he is just, you could hear the licks. So it was like, God, how can you withstand this much punishment? And Conor's face was pretty messed up. And Khabib said before the match, I want to change this guy's face. So I think that's what was going through Conor's, because when he had the choke on, it wasn't fully set in. He didn't have his neck. He had his bottom of his chin.
Yeah.
And I think the guy's so strong. I'm pretty sure Conor remembered that quote. I want to change his face. And he's like, dude, this guy's about to crumble my jaw.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to tap out.
Oh yeah,
but it showed that Khabib is the real deal.
he is
Definitely.
Yeah, he is. Cruz, you said you saw it. What was your reaction to it?
Yeah. First off, the match went exactly as I suspected Khabib would win, because although Conor McGregor is a bad man, Khabib is a bad man. That dude is
27-0 now.
Yeah.
And then you know, I think I saw it on Twitter, like, because I was obviously at work and going through Twitter, all you see is, oh my God, what's going on, and what the hell just happened, and all kind of stuff. So clearly I'm gonna go investigate. And I found the video of the finish. You know, he finishes him, puts him in the, I don't even know what to call that.
Is a rear naked choke.
Well, it wasn't set in, and there's another name for it, because
like a crossface, but in a way, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the zip popper.
I'm gonna crumble your face block.
And after that, you know, he's still trying to go after McGregor, and then he backs out, throws his mouthpiece, jumps the fence, and goes in the crowd, and then the crowd comes in the octagon, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then afterwards, I saw there was I think it was Iwani did a interview with Dana White, and they were talking about it. And what happened was McGregor's corner started talking mess to Khabib, and he went over and met him, and then Khabib's people came over the top, and from what I understand, they're holding both purses. They didn't put the strap on him. They just got him out. There's an investigation by the Nevada Sporting Commission or Fighting Commission.
Yeah,
like fines, possible suspension.
People got arrested, like just regular old people got arrested. I think the guys that jumped into the octagon and sucker punched Conor, they got arrested and stuff. So it was
that one dude who jumped
mayhem.
in, who had like his pants falling down, and you can see his whole butt or like his whole drawers. He like two pieces McGregor, and then the security guards come after him, and he kind of wusses out, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to punch him in the face while he wasn't looking.
Yeah, because I know if he was looking, he would have gave me a 2-piece. I wonder.
And a biscuit.
I wonder, because I didn't see that. Like the thing that I was watching, I didn't see the guy close up who punched him, but I'm wondering if it was Khabib's brother, who's also an MMA fighter, but obviously not as good as his brother.
I think it was his, because they were talking about one of the guys that hit Conor. It was like his career is gonna be over, like after doing that.
Yeah, because at the press conference when they were kind of getting after it and Conor hit Khabib's hand and stuff like that, the brother was like motioning Conor to come on, let's do it. And I'm like, dude, you don't want any of, like, he's on the next level. You fight in little podunk promotions. You can't handle the hands of Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it was a pure pandemonium. As far as I'm concerned, I have no problem with what Khabib did, because Conor McGregor threw a dolly through a window and there was zero consequences for Conor, at least by the UFC, and they built this fight around that incident. And now, you know, a guy like Khabib, and they were talking about this on Sirius XM this morning, you know, a guy like Khabib, where he came from, like poverty and you know, a place where violence was probably a common thing, whereas, you know, he basically got the idea, okay, well, Conor threw a dolly through a window, and not only that, Conor cost 2 people that night a spot on that card,
and they're suing him still,
and they're suing him from it. So there's been no consequences for Conor.
Yeah.
So in Khabib's mindset, well, if I charge, you know, this guy, if Conor could throw a dolly through a window, I should be able to charge this guy, and I won't get in trouble for it.
He had 5 days of community service, and he had to take an anger class, which I'm sure he was not there for any of that.
Who knows? But nonetheless, I have no problem with what Khabib did. Good for him. You know, he beat Conor, and you know, he was fired up afterwards. And granted, you know, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, but once again, if Conor can get away with throwing a dolly through a window and injuring people to where they can't make a paycheck, like Ray Borg, they were reading, like, apparently his kid has a medical condition and there's all these bills he's got to pay, and he was out of a paycheck, and that's why, you know, him and along, who's the other one that got hurt? but they're both suing
I can't
Conor
remember his name.
for the money they were supposed to make from those fights that they weren't able to make because Conor hurt them by throwing a freaking dolly. That's the thing. Conor's been able to get away with anything because he's Conor McGregor, and it's Dana White's cash cow. But now Khabib, all of a sudden some people are just getting a little butthurt because Khabib hopped the fence and tried to fight one of McGregor's guys. I mean, that to me, that's nothing compared to what Conor did. That's just my opinion.
If you guys want to get on a great YouTube rabbit hole, I was telling you a little bit about this earlier. There's some great videos out there because Conor McGregor is the ultimate smack talker, and he brought out a lot of smack about Khabib's dad, about his manager, about the people that are funding his career. One of the guys that funds his career is locked up in a Russian gulag right now because he embezzled billions of rubles.
Yeah.
Then another guy that's actually manages Ray Borg as well, but manages Khabib. He was a former terrorist. That's why when Conor got both of his belts in his red suit, the guy that was talking smack, telling Conor to put his belts up because they're fake belts. He was like, I know a little bit about you terrorist snitch. That's the guy. His name is like Ali Aziz or something like that. And he was in a jihadist group and everything. And then Khabib is really cool with the Chechen leader, and that guy is a bad dude. Like all these watchdog groups have like tons of like human rights violations against him and whatnot. So he's in league with a whole bunch of bad dudes, and that's what it made me think when Cruz was saying they're a whole bunch of bad dudes. He's in league with some bad dudes too, man.
Yep. So that's pretty much what happened last night at UFC 229. I'll be interested to see the aftermath. If anybody gets consequences, suspensions, fines.
I mean, he may get suspended, but it's not going to be like, because I mean, it's going to be a few months for his
whatever
next
they
fight
do
anyway.
Whatever they do to Khabib, they have to do to Conor though, because Conor,
that one's already done.
Yeah, but you see, I don't know if you noticed, I watched a video. Conor kind of swung at one of Khabib's people first because one of Khabib's people was in the ring, and Conor sees Khabib going after one of his guys, so Conor went after one of Khabib's guys and kind of swung at him.
Well,
and
at that time, they're in the ring. I mean, you got to protect yourself. And
yeah, but it's after the fight, though.
It's the best offense. This guy got in the ring, obviously, because he wants to come fight me.
This is the video I saw after Khabib hopped the rail. Conor was hopping on the rail, and there was another guy already on the rail. It was one of Khabib's people, and I don't know if he was trying to go like, but then like him and Conor were right there, and then Conor just kind of took a jab at him. So he kind of tried to swing back at Conor, and Conor gets back into the octagon, and then I think that's when he got sucker punched by another guy that came in from the octagon. So, look,
it was crazy. I don't know if you guys remember this,
but allowing Conor to get away with everything he's gotten away from is partially the reason for this, in my opinion.
Quite possibly, yeah. And y'all might be too young for this because you're some young whippersnappers, but the Bo Galata fight back in the 90s, when they had the big, like when Galata kept hitting Riddick Bowe in the nuts.
Yeah.
And then he did it too many times and they called the fight. And then both teams started fighting. And then the crowd started rioting.
Oh, boy.
Have y'all seen Cruz? You seen that?
I've never seen that.
I have not.
Oh, my God. Go to YouTube when you get a chance later on today and put in Riddick Bowe Galata riot.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
It was crazy.
But all right, let's move on now back to some pro wrestling talk. It's time for Rumor Mill.
Rumor Mill, son.
And we got a few things for Rumor Mill. First things first, Chris Jericho, rumored to be set for Impact Wrestling debut. Chris Jericho is a free agent. This is according to www.ringsidenews.com. This was posted on October 2nd, so last Tuesday this was posted. Joe something noted on Barn Burner's No Holds Barred podcast that he has heard that Chris Jericho will be at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view. This is a very interesting set of circumstances because until recently, Jericho said he is going to stay away from pro wrestling shows in the USA because he didn't want to upset Vince McMahon. Jericho obviously showed up and hit the code breaker at All In, and it wasn't a match, but it certainly counted. With the current state of Impact Wrestling and the unpredictability of Chris Jericho, who knows what they could have up their sleeve. It is important to remember that Jericho has some very good friends in Impact Wrestling now, thanks to his Winnipeg connection. It is also pretty obvious that he works whatever dates he can at this point as well. So this should be interesting.
And if you think about it, WWE and WWF are synonymous with New York City, Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
This is going to be in New York. I mean, that's almost like a slap in the face to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, it kind of would
like
be,
he's like, dude, this is my town. And I don't know if he does it. I think that might butt hurt Vince, but I think he's at the point in his career. He's made his money. He's making probably some decent change doing this New Japan stuff, and he probably made a whole ton of money on his cruise, and his band's making tons of money.
Certainly.
Yeah, so I'm sure. Could we never see him in WWE again?
I think we will. I don't think he's burned that bridge yet. I mean, he might.
I don't want to, because outside of WWE, Jericho is a business.
Oh my God, his promos in New Japan, forget about it.
So yeah, we could be seeing Chris Jericho on Impact Wrestling maybe by the end of the year. Who knows?
That would be amazing.
All right, so what's the next thing we got on the rumor mill?
Per the Observer, the idea was always to build the Brothers of Destruction versus DX tag team match to headline Crown Jewel. But they're saying that this was never really about Triple H and Undertaker. It's to bring on a Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels program.
As much as, like I said, I think I said this before we started the podcast, but the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25 was one of my all-time favorite matches. Definitely in the top, I'd say 3 or 4. But I just don't think we should be seeing that match again. That's just me. I don't care when, where, how. It ended in 2010 at WrestleMania 26. It ended the right way. Don't ruin it, by bringing it back, especially now that the Undertaker is not what he was 8 years ago and Shawn Michaels is not what he was 8 years ago. So I don't know. Who knows what could happen? But as far as I know, I think we're going to see that tag team match between Shawn Michaels and Triple H and Undertaker and Kane at Crown Jewel. But I don't know.
Well, no, they're saying we're going to see the tag match at Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
but that's going to spawn off into a program with the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, well,
Cruz, you want to see that or no?
How do I put this PG?
No. See, I don't even care to see it either. I mean, I'll watch the tag team match, but another one-on-one match, I mean, nah, I'm okay.
And Saudi Arabia is paying like top dollar for all the old school wrestlers because they're living in the past.
Well, yeah, they were going to pay a lot of money for The Rock to show up as WWE champion or something.
That pop
they were doing like a bunch of money to get Stone Cold out there and everything.
Like that pop that Randy Orton got. He hasn't had a pop that big in like 20 years.
And he wasn't, well, of course he'll be at Crown Jewel. I was about to say he wasn't even at Super Showdown.
Imagine, because he's going to be fighting Big Show, right?
I don't know.
I think so. That match right there will probably send them over the edge. If they love Randy Orton that much and he's going against the Big Show, come on.
Where the hell did that match?
I saw that on Pro Wrestling Guru today.
I mean, I can understand the Brothers of Destruction versus DX because it kind of got set up, but let's just reach into this hat known as our B-hole and pull out Orton versus Big Show.
Well, hey, like you said, I think they're going with a lot of the nostalgia matches because that's who the people know.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna have Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
Yeah, they're gonna dig him up. They're gonna dig him up.
Let's see here. So the next rumor. The Observer is also reporting that there is a new regime change in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Remember when I saw that the CEO is like an American dude or at least a Caucasian dude?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's from America or Europe. I don't know where he's from, but I was questioning. I was like, does this guy know wrestling? But anyways, so there are a lot of people in charge who don't have a background in pro wrestling, and that's leading to concern within the company.
Interesting.
Have you heard any rumbles about that, Cruz?
I have not.
Now you have.
Well, I mean, let's also look here. It's also coming from Dave Meltzer. So
we know how much you love Uncle Dave.
And then last but not least, PW Insider is saying that the All In event will likely be released on DVD by Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Could any of y'all be purchasing that DVD?
No, because I have New Japan World.
Okay.
I can watch it on New Japan World.
Yeah.
Well,
the only thing I'm thinking about purchasing is a SuperCard because I was there. And that's literally the only reason why.
The only reason.
That's all I got for rumor mill.
All right, well then let's go to Cheap Heat. You got into a little war of words with Nick Aldis earlier this week due to some kind of Yeah, Sassy Pants. Tell us, take us through that little exchange.
All right. So if you're friends with us on social media, you know we like to do birthday shout outs. Special screw you to Randy. And so I was going through the list of this specific website, and it seemed to be extremely credible because every other one's been on the mark. This one said, I can't remember his name that he was in TNA with or Impact. It was like Brutus Magnus or something like that. But it said Brutus Magnus, and I was like, the hell is this? So I highlighted the name and I searched it, and I was like, oh, that was Nick Aldis in TNA. Okay, I remember that now. And I was like, all right, here we go. So I went and found a cool photo with him and Cody when they shook hands like at the Ring of Honor show. And I was like, well, let's throw it up here. So here was my tweet. The AMP crew would like to wish a happy 31st birthday to the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis. And you know my feelings about Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I was being truly professional about this. Yeah, I wanted to put a dig on there, but I said, no, it's a birthday shout out. It's the man's day. Let's let him have his day.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So then I noticed on Twitter, our timeline's blown up. What's going on here? Getting some notifications. What's up?
Yeah.
Then I get a call from Patrick as well.
Yeah, I called you when I saw this.
So Nick says, well, thanks. That was November 6th of last year, but better late than never. You're living up to your name, though, so kudos on that. So obviously digging at us.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, who the hell does this guy think he is? Gordon Ramsay? You think he can just get away with this?
Uh-huh.
And I said, no, Nick Aldis, we're about to go to war, son. So then I reply, so the website I was using had faulty information, apparently, because let's be honest, nobody truly gives a damn when your birthday is. And if you weren't listed on the website, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
There you go.
To which he responded with a cat dancing around gif saying, somebody's got their sassy pants on. And then that's when I knew he's not made for war.
Yeah.
And I let it go. And I let his marks just say what they needed to say.
Yeah, they had a couple of his marks come out, but
yeah.
Whatever.
So let me tell you this, Nick Aldis.
Oh, we might have a Mikey Goes Mental segment here.
Possibly. Let me tell you this, Nick Aldis. You may have 163,000 likes on Twitter, but I'm looking down your timeline. We got the most traction on your Twitter page in a long time, buddy. Nobody's been giving a damn about Nick Aldis for a while, and it came with a bad birthday shout out.
Uh-huh. His birthday is actually in a month. So we were only off by a month and a day.
Well, he said we were off by a year.
Well, maybe because this year is his 32nd birthday and last year was his 31st. That
right. So I would imagine this is how it went down when William Corgan was thinking, okay, I just bought the NWA. I have a 54-year-old champion who is an elementary school teacher. And God bless Tim Storm. He's a great worker. But I need somebody who can travel the world. I'd love to get Cody because of the lineage.
Yep.
But damn, he's sewed up with ROH and with New Japan. And he's going to do this event with the Bucks. He's too busy. I wonder who I can get. So he goes through his Rolodex and he finds an out-of-work, hack, wannabe model turned bum wrestler named Nick Aldis. And he says, this is great. This dude isn't doing anything. He's sitting at home collecting his wife's WWE checks.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one in the family worth a damn in the ring.
And getting it in.
Yeah. So then he says, well, this guy's free. I can put him on a world tour and pay him crap. So then he says, hey, Nick, I got this new company. Well, not new company, but I just bought the NWA. I'd love for you to be my champ. You want to do it? And then Nick's like, yeah, of course. Right? He got that strap off of you as soon as he could. And guess what? It's not coming back. You got this 70th anniversary coming up. Not coming back, Nick. You're just going to fade off into obscurity. And the 163,000 people that press like at one time on your Twitter page will still not give a damn about you. So maybe I'll do you a favor on November 5th and send you another birthday shout out so you can clown us again.
November 6th.
No, November 5th, so it can be wrong again.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So you can clown us again for being a day off so that you can actually get some activity on your dead Twitter account.
Yeah.
Screw you, Nick Aldis.
Well, there you have it.
And Randy.
I feel like, and Randy, yes. If we had a list like Jericho did, they'd be those two and Dave Meltzer would be on that list.
Yeah.
So that's all we got for. Well, that was first half of Cheap Heat. Our final thing for Cheap Heat was the segment that Kevin Owens and Elias had on Monday Night Raw. Let's go ahead and run that clip here real quick. So yeah, certainly they struck a nerve in Seattle by mentioning their former basketball team, and then I loved it. You know, Elias, you know, the tag team of Bobby Lashley and John Cena makes about as much sense as a basketball team in Seattle, and I was like, oh no.
You know what?
He went there, and then then they brought it up. They went a little further. Now Oklahoma City, I can understand. It's like, oh, dude, that's unbelievable.
You know, they make a great team. I hope they team them up for a while.
Yeah, they know how to get the heat. That's for sure. And they kind of got a little bit of heat in Australia too. I don't know what they were referring to, but they did get a little bit of heat in Australia. Not as much as they did on Monday night. My goodness, that's going to be hard to top now. And I'm afraid that they're going to try and do too much with that by trying to get heat or cheap heat, so to speak, in every town they go into. But that was perfect.
And those fans were hot for the whole segment. Like they didn't give up.
No, they didn't.
Like Elias had to say, "Give me more mic."
Yeah. So that was I want to say one of the better. A couple of reactions I saw on Twitter. Dave Meltzer, this is what he said: the single most lengthy and loudest Cheap Heat segment in years was on the least watched hour of Raw in 21 years. Remember that as far as long-term lessons about the industry when people try and BS you.
Hey, how about the Cheap Heat and the heat that you got from body shaming Peyton Royce?
Then Brian Alvarez. Apparently he was there at Monday Night Raw because he got it on camera. He said, "This is the craziest negative reaction I've ever heard live. I am not kidding." I'm sure you've seen a lot of wrestling live. So, yeah, got a lot of props for the amount of heat they got in that segment. So
Cruz had a great reaction to it as well.
What was that?
Cruz, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was your reaction to the Elias Kevin Owens heat segment?
I could not believe they went there.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest with you.
Apparently that is a touchy subject in the city of Seattle.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, oh no. And then the crowd oh no'd with me for a long time.
Cruz put down on the Facebook, he was like, please give Elias a 2-hour segment from now on. That was absolute gold.
Yeah, that was pretty good, I gotta say. So props to those two for being able to get that heat. That's what they're there for. They're heels.
Yeah. I love the way that Owen said, we're just a bunch of good guys.
Well, all right. I think that's all we got today for the average marks.
Is it done already?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Wow.
Had a good show.
Yeah.
Had Cruz hanging out with us. Had a little audience on YouTube. So appreciate Casey Jones and Joseph Morin for hanging out, chatting with us a little bit there in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I got nothing else, man. Take us home.
That's right. Follow us on social media so you can see us go to war with DAs like Nick Aldis at the AverageMarks on Twitter and Facebook. If you're looking to get an inside look on this show, you can always listen to us live and uncut every week with our Discord app server.
Yeah. And
essentially how you get that is you throw down on the podcast. If you want to do $1 a month, that will give you access to our Discord. Patreon.com/theaveragemarks. But again, you can find all this information at our website, AverageMarks.com. If you're listening to us on iTunes, hit that subscribe button, hit that rating button, whether it's a 1 or a 5, just give us a rating and then hook us up with a comment, get us in that algorithm. Cruz, thank you for being with us today, brother.
Always a pleasure.
Love your insights on New Japan, and hopefully they're wrong about these guys that don't have any wrestling background, that they're kind of running the company, because they got a great thing going on.
Yeah, their momentum is about as good as it's ever been. So they're doing something really, really good here. Looking forward to King of Pro Wrestling coming up here in about 12 hours now.
Right. For the new guy, I'm the fat guy. Patrick, get us out of here.
Outro. Whoa.
That's how we do it.
All right. Thank God. My nose is like just steady running out of one nostril.
Yeah, you got like worse every
Man,
second
you
of the
better go
podcast.
catch it.
Do what?
What'd you say, Cruz?
I said, man, you better go catch it.
May you better go catch that. I'm about to go catch this ride to Boma. I'm going to hang out with this girl.
Oh, she about to
Yeah.
catch these hands.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. She told me earlier that she shaved everything today. So
Oh, snap.
I don't
She went
know.
there.
I don't
Oh,
know.
It's go time, bro.
Yeah.
It's go time.
It's go time.
Literally told you she shaved everything. It's go time.
Yeah, but she was saying something about how she hugged somebody last night. She was like, I have to shower it off. So I shaved everything and whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Hopefully I get to feel,
Oh, yeah.
but we'll
Like
see.
It's time to put on the snorkel and go deep sea diving, bro.
It's time to put on my game face. It's game day.
No, Patrick with that nose, he'll suffocate down there.
No, man.
He won't be able to breathe.
I ain't gonna be able to smell. Good thing is, maybe I won't be, if it stinks, I won't be able to smell nothing. So.
But you can't be having a leaky nostril like that when it's go time, bro.
No, I know. I'm gonna try and get that fixed.
Get you
We'll
some of that Afrin. Pump you some Afrin.
Well, I got some
Oh,
I got some Zyrtec at home.
No, that's going to take too long. The Afrin, that's perfect. What he's saying.
Oh,
The
Afrin?
nose spray.
Well, I don't have time.
When you drop in your draws, hit that.
College. By the way, college game day is not going to Baton Rouge next week. Damn.
Screw them.
Well, if LSU would have won, they would have gone.
Screw them and Gary Danielson.
Yeah, Gary Danielson is
Did
a
you see the-
hating
You
mother.
bitch.
See
Did
what?
you see the segment with JR?
I saw some of it. Brinkman sent me a little clip. Were they on game? Was it on game day or the Fox pregame show?
I have no idea, but
It was on Fox. It was on
OU
Fox
hits.
because he was on Fox.
Oh, okay.
And
I
yeah,
know he was announcing OU hits, and it was funny.
it was just hits in general. They're just showing hits from all kind of games.
He was like, I don't know who's playing, but
There was a slobber knocker.
yeah. Gotta love JR. All right, I'm about to get on out of here. I got to go pick up my boy and bring him to his vehicle at Cowboys, and then I got to head to Beaumont.
and you got to
so.
pick up that Afrin.
And
No,
wash your ass.
yeah, well, I
You
did that
gotta
this
wash your
morning.
ass,
So I think we're good to go there.
All right, Cruz.
All right,
Take it
Cruz,
easy,
see you
man.
later.
All right, later.
Later. Yeah, no, you should get some of that Afrin, dude. That will knock it out completely. That was a great tip. Afrin is the bomb.
Boy, it's kind of working now.
We are live on YouTube.
All right, my
What up,
my
YouTube?
lozenge.
And welcome to episode 47. That's 3 away.
Whoa. Oh.
Michael Leander and Patrick Fry.
And welcome. And welcome to episode 47. That's 3 away from 50 for those who